All right, well, I have been offline for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days now. Been working on a couple other things. Also, my phone crapped out on me after 5 years, 4.5 years, something like that. My iPhone 6 finally died. So I had to get a new phone. That's why I haven't done any videos, because I've been trying to run around doing that. And also been working on various other projects around the house. This is one of them. Earlier this fall, I said we were adding a heater to the garage, which has been added. I did not do that. Hired someone done. Also hired the electrical outlet to be run over here, and got all that finished. They installed the heater this past week, and now we are just waiting on the new propane tank. We're going to put a 120-gallon propane tank specifically for this heater. But right now, I've actually been trying to reuse some of the tin, which, come to find out, is a little bit of a effort and futility. We're reusing some of the tin. The header there is basically, it's 22 inches down, which covers the depth of the heater. And then we're going to put a pegboard wall. We're going to use a couple sheets of pegboard, which I have over here. Going to use a couple sheets of pegboard and basically build a pegboard wall, and probably leave about 18 inches on the bottom. We'll use 18 inches of tin on the bottom, and everything else will be pegboard. So my job this afternoon is I'm going to go ahead and frame out the area for the pegboard. You can see I've already got the one board in there. Obviously the pegboard has to be away from the insulation. That's why we're pulling it out just with 2x4s. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably add one more. I don't think I'll add a 2x4, but I'll add one more kind of a brace up at the top, and then we'll run it down the sides on the surface of that brace using 1x4s. So it'll stick out a little bit farther than the tin, and to do the same thing at the bottom, we'll basically then run stringers across. So everything is, it'll attach to everything. But that's what I'm going to do. I'll, like I said, short video. We'll go outside and look at the LP tank, or where we're going to put the LP tank in here in a little bit. And so that's my project for today. Nothing tractor related, but, you still got to do projects around the house. So here is where the LP tank or LP line will come in. We opted not to run it off the 500-gallon tank that's on the house. We opted just to run a separate one. And I think for this winter, we may even put a 120-gallon right here on the sidewalk. Only problem is a lot of snow ends up right here. Eventually, and I got to talk to the propane company, we may actually end up putting the 120-gallon tank right there behind the garden shed, or my wife's she shed. And then next summer, we'll just lay a soft line on the surface for the winter, because we're not going to mow the yard or anything until spring. And that way I can pick the tank up, and we can put landscape rock and stuff like that underneath it next spring. And really, the biggest challenge coming through the yard right here, the biggest challenge is going to be getting into this sidewalk. I think what I'm going to do is dig a hole over here, punch a PVC pipe in, and then basically cut out an area in the concrete, and just run a PVC outer line through there up to where it protects the LP line coming into the house. We'll have to talk to the propane guy later this week when he comes out, and see what he thinks. But I think I can do that. The biggest challenge, obviously, if I'm digging underneath the sidewalk, is making sure the dirt gets packed back under there. But I think I can just use like a 2-inch or inch and a half PVC, and just kind of dig it out far enough that I can just pound it straight in there and just pull the dirt out that way. And then just leave that PVC in there, and then just basically come in from the top, and so basically kind of punch down from the top. I think that's what I'm going to do. Certainly a challenge when you have a sidewalk poured all the way around your house. Presents a little bit more of a challenge than you would expect. The reason that we're running a new line and not using the house tank, aside from trying to keep the two units separate, is the fact that the house line actually comes in. So the house tank is over there, and the house line runs all the way back here. I don't know where it runs, but it runs basically out and then up in the back of the house. And there's no easy way. We started pricing it out, and it was going to be like $450, and we were going to have to take some cabinets off the wall and stuff like that to get a new line run from the existing service into the garage. So that's why we're going with a different tank, either 120 or 250. I'll have to see what they have in stock. We will go from there. But yep, that's it for today. Like I said, short day. I've got some announcements coming up in the next couple of weeks. Got some projects that I'm working on. Yeah, so we should be all set. But thanks for watching.